Hey everybody, welcome to Big Dumb Monsters. I am Nick,
And I am Chris.
and this week we're talking about The Descent, the 2005 spelunking adventure.
Whole exploring
Yeah.
adventure. It's a movie. It'll take up about an hour and 38 minutes of your time. And yeah.
Yeah, it's we'll get into it. Not the worst thing we've ever seen, but definitely.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to give everybody negative expectations, even though we probably get pretty negative.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, I didn't hate this movie. I even say that like two or three times. I didn't hate it,
Yeah.
but definitely not one of my favorites.
Leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah, wasted potential is the I think it's the theme of this one.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
All right.
We promise we'll have we have better movies coming. I promise you.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
This is all right. Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah. All right. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, I could not. It was really hard for me to tell these girls apart, especially once they were in the cave and everything was dark.
Yeah.
My thing is over here.
Yeah, it was not even remotely close to your face.
Yeah, I could not tell them. I honestly thought Beth was the main character's name, but that's actually Sarah.
Yeah.
And then for a minute, I'm like, wait, is it Becca? I'm like, nope, she's another one of the side people. I could not. They were all interchangeable except Juno, who had darker hair.
Yeah.
And was slightly Asian.
She was very Asian.
Yeah. I saw this when to kick it off, we're talking about The Descent this week. All fucking day.
That's your lover boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about The Descent.
We're doing the synopsis. Yeah. We're talking about The Descent. He's been up my ass all day. I just have not had a fucking minute to concentrate on anything.
Yeah.
And basically this motherfucker. So we're talking about The Descent today, and to a brief synopsis of the movie. This group of friends, they have a girls' trip every year. It's what I'm kind of putting together anyway. I think it's a yearly gig. On the way home, in the beginning we see one of their trips. On the way home, the worst thing imaginable happens to one of the girls.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely earth-shatteringly bad.
Yeah, her husband gets his head impaled on a fucking pipe in a car accident.
Daughter too.
Yeah, and the daughter we assumed is also impaled too. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't see that. Thankfully, that's pretty intense.
That would have been bad.
And then the story picks up a year later when they're going on the next girls' trip.
They go cave spelunking.
Yeah, they just had to go fucking caving. All right, I get this is supposed to be their adventure weekend. Maybe 1 year, instead of fucking going into a hole in the ground, we go to a resort and just fucking chill.
Let's go to the beach.
Yeah. Let's make this one an easy one, a fun one. But no, they go to some hole, and it turns out it's not the cave they thought they were going to. The one girl, who is the villain of the movie, pretty much.
And she's not really even the villain.
Yeah, true.
They set her up that way, but we'll get into it.
Yeah.
During the review.
And they're in this unmarked cave, and turns out there's shit living in the cave.
Yeah.
I saw this when it first came out. This was 2008, I think, or 2005. Wasn't really that long.
Yeah.
That's right. The sequel is 2009.
Yeah.
And well, first of all, I remember a completely different ending for this movie. Um,
Oh, really?
yeah.
'Cause, fun fact, there are 2 different endings for this movie.
Okay, so I must have saw like the original ending.
Not if you saw it in theaters.
No, I didn't. I saw it on like actually I worked at the video store at the time, so I had to have seen this on like DVD, like a rented DVD.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get into it in the trivia, but there's a USA ending and a UK ending.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll get into that because yeah. I remember not liking this movie, and I liked it a lot more this time. Still not one of my favorites, but way better than I remember.
Yeah.
I remembered it being more of like well, are there really monsters, or is this girl just going crazy type of movie?
Yep.
But no, there really are monsters.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I hate this intro, like the way these thin, shitty copper pipes that wind up doing the most damage that a thing could possibly do to a human being.
Yeah.
Those would have bounced off of that windshield. But regardless, I don't hate this movie. I'm not gonna watch it again. Like,
yeah, I'm somewhat interested to see what happens in the sequel, but I'm assuming there's probably a steep drop off in quality.
probably.
I'm just assuming that like there's a general rule of like horror movies.
You
in
have
general.
diminishing returns.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I do like. I like the setup. There's all the trauma, and then she's kind of working through it in the cave system on that vacation, because you don't see what happens to her in that span, like between the accident and this next trip.
Yeah.
So you're kind of on your own to figure out, like,
you get little bits and pieces of things. You find out that girl Juno left like right after the accident. Like everybody else kind of stayed around.
yeah,
And she just got the fuck out.
yeah. But I don't know, man. Like, it's. I completely understand what they're trying to do with this movie, and give it that like super tight, claustrophobic kind of like, make you want to hold your breath kind of movie.
Yeah.
It didn't really do that for me.
Yeah, I could see that. Like the
intent and what they actually did was decent, but there are other movies in that same vein that do it just so much better.
Yeah, it kind of seemed to lose focus. Like, did it want to like creep us out with like the claustrophobia, or did it want to like focus on the monsters? And like, I don't know. I think it didn't do either very well.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. This is, we keep coming back to this, like that. And a lot of times in horror movies, like the more you know about a monster, the less cool it is, or like the less frightening it is.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I knew more about these
a little,
monsters.
just like give me a little bit.
Like I'm piecing together like a kind of a cool story in my mind. Like I'm guessing they're like prehistoric humans who like just kind of lived down there and eventually like evolved into these things. Like they're pretty human. Like they have human teeth. Like their feet and hands look pretty human. Like their faces are all kind of like trolly a little bit, but like
they look like Gollum.
Yeah,
with small eyes.
Yeah,
small eye Gollum.
Blind Gollum. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like, but that's the thing. Like, how would we find out any information on these things? Other than
well, there was like the cave paintings that they found. I like maybe more cave paintings, like kind of telling their story, like things like that. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. Like something. These monsters were just like they're just like kind of too generic.
They're very vanilla.
Yeah,
they're blind cave monsters. Like
and they're not even that like tough. They're only like. The only reason they're a threat is because they're stuck in this cave. Like if you're,
and they got sharp teeth.
Yeah, if you get out of the cave, like you're fine. They're just normal people, like not even strong ones at that.
Yeah. Although they are really good at climbing.
Yeah, they can climb. But again, if you're not in the cave system like that.
Oh yeah.
Is that really? Yeah. I like. I don't know. I didn't, like I said, I liked it a lot more than the first time I saw it, but still, like, not one of my favorites. Another thing, like, this is a horror movie that I would have zero chances of ever being in this situation to be subjected to these monsters, because there is so much shit going on that would be like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah, like, I am out.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have gone into that fucking hole.
No. No.
It's not like a marked cave, so there's no, like, trail there or anything. There's no, like, markers.
Well, there was. It was supposed to be it was supposed to be a known cave that they were just going to adventure in.
Yeah.
But then
The one girl pulled the switcheroo.
Yeah, Juno fucked him.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to do like a little more excitement, have.
So I want to discover. We can name the cave.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to fucking name caves. I need to name like how many drinks I've killed on this vacation. Like that's what I want to name. Like
yeah.
Fucking.
You see, like here they are in a cabin.
Yeah.
That could be your trip. Yeah. Hang out in a fucking cabin.
Let's hang out in this cabin. There's a ton. We can fucking just hang out. We'll bullshit. Like,
yeah.
There
was a little bit of weed floating around.
Yeah, we'll smoke. We'll drink. We'll get some food. We'll cook some food. Like, it'll be a good time. Fucking, no. Let's go dig around in the ground in a hole.
Yeah. Get ate by monsters.
I wouldn't have even made it that. Like, I would have been out, I think, in the morning when Juno shows up and is like, wake up, everybody. And, like, got her leg, like, straight in the air. Like, oh, yeah. Like, no.
I'd have thrown a fucking boot at her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'd be hiding her body before breakfast.
Now, I got to ask you a question. When you're just looking at this movie, the way it's filmed, the way everybody's dressed, everything, like, just the look of this film, it fucking screams early 2000s.
Yeah, it does. It's got that, like, kind of J.J. Abrams, like, palette to it where everything's kind of gray and like a little washed out and like it's just like it's got that kind of like Spielberg J.J. Abrams glow to like the look of it.
It's so weird how like it just dates itself so completely. Like this movie was made, it was released in 2005.
It looks like
fucking looks like it was released in 2005.
I don't know if this was on when we were recording. When I said this when we were recording, but I had the worst time telling all these girls apart, like the worst time. And like it doesn't help that a lot of their names are similar. Like there's Becca, Beth. Like all right, that's like those are pretty close already. So like I'm already confused between the two of them.
Yeah. Everybody's got a separate accent.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Like we'll get into that too. But
oh god, like they were all just very grating and annoying. Like once they got into the cave, like the characters didn't bother me as much.
Yeah.
But this beginning segment, they are just insufferable.
It also doesn't help that like they're all generic as shit.
Yeah, just bland ass white chicks, like just like it's just I don't know.
And they're not terrible actresses by any means. They're just not doing anything that's making anything stand out.
Like I'm sorry, like how can you tell the difference between her and her?
I can't.
Yeah, I can't do it now when we're not in a dark cave. And for reference, I think that's Sarah and maybe Beth?
that's Sarah with the blue sweater, and I think it was Beth. I think she's like a Swede or something.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Like they all look like Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, yeah. Like there's no difference between those two women as far as I'm concerned. Oh,
I don't know, and it's hard to even categorize this movie because it's not a popcorn movie. Like I'm not gonna throw this on just to have fun and watch it.
Yeah, because there's way too much like personal trauma involved,
and
it's
not like thrilling enough that if I want something that's really gonna creep me out, I'm gonna throw it on. It's just
and the monsters aren't cool enough to keep you like interested in it.
It is so middle of the road.
Man, my score keeps going down. Like the more we talk about this movie.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't hate it.
No, watching it, like it's a decent watch. I'm just not like I had a reason to watch it this week.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ever have another reason to watch it.
Yeah. No. I'm just not coming back to it.
I actually avoided it when it first came out because it looked dumb. I'm glad we got around to watching it because it's all right.
Yeah, I wanted to give it a second chance because, like I said, I remember not liking it at all.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. Still not a great movie.
No, and I'm coming to this movie after having seen things like As Above, So Below.
Yeah.
Which is probably like the gold standard for like spelunking spooky movies because I had a tight chest watching that movie. Like when they got out, I was able to breathe.
I haven't seen that in a while, but yeah, I do remember that film. I generally do not do well with claustrophobia.
Yeah.
There is nothing more terrifying to me than getting stuck in between like two rocks.
Yeah.
Like that is fucking terrifying because there's no way out. Like,
Yeah.
well, we can go get like a like a chisel and eventually get you out of here.
Yeah.
Like, see, that's like yet another reason why I just when they had to crawl through that little like tunnel in the beginning. That, nope.
I'm out.
Yeah. I will see you all back at the cabin where I will be hotboxing until you get back. Oh, it's just, yeah.
I don't know, man. It is like this movie is.
And then like there's the whole subplot of like Juno. Like first she accidentally kills generic girl number 3 or whatever. I don't even remember which one she was.
Yep.
They say her name at some point because Sarah asks about maybe that was Beth.
I think Rebecca.
Becca. No, you're right.
I think it was Becca.
Because Beth was the other generic blonde that we were comparing in the cabin.
Yeah, it's her. That one there.
No, it was not her. It's her.
Her.
The one in the pajamas.
The goofy pajamas.
Yeah.
If you watch this movie, you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
And like, it's she killed her friend, but she didn't do it maliciously.
No, because it was like instinct. Because she had just killed.
Like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. But no, she like. She has this weird reaction where she's just like, well, fuck you, I'm out of here. Like,
I think the point of that was like, so she killed those 2 monsters, and then she heard that noise behind her and just swung.
Yeah.
And I think it was her like kind of going into shock about seeing that she just killed her friend.
Yeah, like even still though,
like it just turned the lights off.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that, but even still, she could have like. She like keeps covering it up after the fact.
Yeah.
When she could have just said to him like, "Oh my god, like I don't know what I just did. Like I just killed, And she didn't even kill her. She was still alive. They might have been able to save her in movie world. In reality, like, when you get a spike through the throat like that, you're not.
Yeah, no. Yeah. She should have been dead.
She should have been paralyzed. Like, yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm okay with her like kind of covering that up because I can see it as like she doesn't want them to know that she did this horrible thing. Like if she's okay with like living with that for the rest of her life, whatever.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But I'm thinking about it. Like if I did it, I don't know. Would I tell all my friends that I just killed our friend, or would I say those fucking monsters got her?
I like if it were me, I would have just said like I was under attack. I heard another thing, but I just killed 2 of them.
Yeah.
I heard another thing, but like, that's another thing. Why do you sneak up on somebody with a fucking pickaxe? Like you see, like it wasn't long enough for her to have not seen that she just killed one of these things. Like,
yeah.
That really angered me.
That's another thing that I don't really like about this movie. It's one of those movies where they go from normal people to fucking combat veterans, like
yeah, like I get they do like adventure stuff, but there's like the one scene where they're like,
oh, now you're
build this like intricate like rope and pulley system to get across.
But that's fine because they're like experienced climbers and shit. But why are they now hand-to-hand combat experts?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like that's a little much. I guess it's fine.
Yeah, I like. Oh God. All right, let me know how the cave goes. I'm just gonna stay here all day.
Yep. I'll just be slow stroking all day.
Yeah. We didn't come all this way to do nothing. I did.
I sure shit
absolutely did. Yeah.
Yep. What do you want to do today? I'm doing it.
Yeah. You're looking at it.
I'm gonna drink these beers and
not go into a strange fucking hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot of cringe in the beginning of this movie. Like,
yeah, because they're this is very of its time. So this is like just post 90s like girl power, like Spice Girls and stuff like that. So like I feel like they were trying to capitalize on that like a little bit too late in the game.
Yeah.
And like it was probably cringy then, and it's even more so now.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Now these 2 even look alike to me now.
There's a set of blondes, a set of brunettes,
and then the one girl who can kind of pass is either, and then there's the girl with the short hair.
Yep.
Who's easily identifiable.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, she's like well, what's her name from Friends there? Rachel. No, not Rachel. The fucking the
Yeah, Monica.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
sure.
Yeah, she's like she looks like her with like super spiky hair.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I do see that.
Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think of her fucking name.
This.
I don't know.
My score keeps going lower. Like I said, the more I think about
I'm talking you down.
Yeah. See, like he's like like I was so put off by all of them in the beginning, but like once I got into the cave, like I got into a little more. But
I think the problem is that they spend so little time like developing any of the characters that you're not invested in any of them.
Yeah.
Even the main character.
Yeah, I think you just hit it on the head. All you know about her is that her family died.
Yeah, she had tragedy.
And it's true. Like all of them, like Juno, the only thing you know about her is she's the one who left early. And then the other, there's 6 girls, so there's 4 other ones. They're all interchangeable.
Yeah.
There's just nothing else you know about them other than they go on this girls trip every year.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
I don't know, man. All right, so you got to rate this movie. 1 to 10. Where are you falling?
Honestly, this afternoon when I was thinking about it, like I was on like a 6, but after talking about it, I think I'm down to like a 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It's again because I don't want to shit on it because I didn't hate it, but it is just south of like being in the middle of like.
Yeah.
Like it was entertaining, but like you said, it's got no repeat watch value.
No.
It's just a little too generic, and yeah, I don't know. It's just not clicking.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm probably at like a 4.5.
Yeah.
4. I'm gonna go 4.5.
Yeah, that seems
because
about right.
I do like some of the later cave scenes. Some of the kills are really cool. There are some atrocious CGI effects in this though.
Yeah,
like real bad.
I could have used some more monsters because we only saw like 1 or 2 at a time, really.
Yeah. The split is too even. There's either not enough monster or not enough character development.
Yeah.
Either one, give me more of that.
Yeah. And then like the whole thing with like you have the cave, like you have a built-in like plot device of like claustrophobia, like cave-ins, fucking shit like that, and they just do nothing with it except like in the beginning.
And I was actually shocked at how much openness they had in all the cave scenes.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel that claustrophobic.
These large chambers, yeah.
Or they wanted to get these really cool shots, so they would like pull it back like super far. So like I get it, like it looks cool.
Like I'm sitting here like writing better scenes in my head as we're thinking about how cool like a scene it would have been, like them like trying to escape from these fucking things while also like trying to like slip through a crevice. Like they were in the beginning, like a small tunnel, like.
Yeah. No, but they're crossing these like big open expanses. The tunnels are like wide enough for them to walk through, like too wide.
Yeah.
Like I wanted it to be tighter, like way tighter, and then like you're feeling that trapped in feeling that they get, and you'll have that experience together, you and the characters, and that will make you feel more connected to them. But the fact that they have these like big super open expanses and they're trying to portray this like tightness, but just not delivering on it.
Yeah,
it's a failure. Like it fails at doing its job.
Yeah.
So you might as well have not even put them in a cave.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm trying to think of any other scenes like that weren't in like giant chambers.
Where Sarah gets trapped and they lose the rope bag.
Yeah, after that though, it's like there's that big chasm.
It's all pretty open. Like there's nothing wicked tight.
Huh. I mean, like, you're right. Yeah, because there's the one scene where the girl with the short hair like falls down into like that cavern, like.
Oh, where she breaks her leg and it's super gross.
Yeah, that's really like bone sticking out of legs is another. Yeah. But even that room she falls into is like a large chamber.
Yeah. Yep. It just didn't do. I guess it didn't meet my expectation of what this movie was going to be.
Yeah.
Which I guess is on me for having the expectation of what they're going to do.
But is it really though? Because it's
kind of how they presented it.
Yeah, they're not meeting the expectation of the premise of the movie. Like,
yeah,
we keep saying that, you have the whole thing with the caves and you have monsters, and they do both of those horribly.
Yeah,
like they half-ass both of the things, and it's just this like watered down, like tepid, just it's okay. It's not anything more than that. It's just okay.
Yep. It earned all of its 4.5 for me. Like, it's solid up to that, and you meet that like ceiling, and it can't do any better than that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this movie's got some problems. All right.
Sure does.
Yeah. Before we turn this into a shit fest, I think we should move on.
Let's do a little trivia.
To the trivia segment. Yeah.
Not to bother you with trivia.
I used to think they were kind of trivial.
So, no real caves appear anywhere in this movie.
I believe that.
Yeah, they were all sets built in Pinewood Studios in London, and created by production designer Simon Bowles. And I think some of these those exterior shots were actually the mouth of the cave was CG'd in. So,
oh wow.
Yeah.
But like Pinewood Studios, that's where like Star Wars gets filmed. Like Marvel movies, if they're shooting in London, get filmed there. Like big, huge blockbuster movies get filmed at Pinewood. And then this. So now I'm thinking, did they blow like way more money than they needed to, like on the location? Like,
I'm not sure. I mean, I remember this movie being big. Like it was everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it was in the theaters. I remember, like, it was, I was
tons of ads for it.
Like I said, I worked at a video store when this was out. Like, we had a whole wall of like The Descent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. According to the audio commentary, the special edition DVD, there was an exact replica made of Nora Jane Noon's.
Oh, look at those shitty CGI bats.
Yeah. And after the movie had finished, she got to keep the head of the prop. And apparently once she had put it in her mother's freezer as a joke, which is amazing.
Wow.
I would fucking do that. 21 separate cave sets were built for the film. These were carefully reused with different camera angles, set dressings, and lighting to suggest a nearly endless collection of interconnected tunnels and caverns. For realism, the makers often limited the lighting of the sets to light sources that the protagonists brought with them, such as flashlights, helmet lights, and light sticks.
That was another thing I was going to complain about, is the lighting in this movie. Like, I get it's supposed to be dark. They're in a cave. They all have headlamps. They have torches. Like, they have multiple sources of light.
Yeah.
I hate that bullshit in movies where like everything is dark. Like, I hate when they do that shit. Like, one of the most like notorious recent examples is that fucking battle in Game of Thrones, like the second to last episode.
I didn't see it.
Oh, like the Battle of Winterfell. Like, you see, it's one of those, like, everything's dark, so you just get like impressions of what's kind of happening. Like,
okay.
I hate that.
You know what that is? That's a budgetary cop out.
It's us cheaping out in the fucking choreography.
Yep. I mean, with a movie like this, I would have been more upset if there was a lot of extra lighting. And like later on in the movie, like in the third act, there's weird ambient lighting.
Yeah, they bring up those like glow sticks. So
no, not even from that. There's like a weird yellow overtone to like everything.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I have no fucking idea where it's coming from.
Yeah,
and it drives me nuts. See, like when they throw out these flares and stuff, like everything is glowing red. Like, that's a cool mood. Like that sets up some suspense. It just never really delivers on it. Like, lighting is very important for movies like this.
Yeah. I don't think they did it like right. I mean, like, but that looks pretty shitty too.
It does. Yeah, that's a red filter.
The whole like that CGI background, like that's just wow.
Yeah. Gugh. The actors among the female rock climbing crew and actors who played the cave dwellers were largely kept separate from each other through the shoot, heightening their ability to play animosity against the quote-unquote other cast.
You know what? I can understand that if it's like Saving Private Ryan did that. Like all of the guys like went through boot camp together except Matt Damon. Like they kept Matt Damon specifically out of all that shit. So they would be hostile to him, which they would be in the story. Like, they just lost a bunch of their friends trying to save this one fucking dude.
Yeah.
That I can understand doing that.
This, like, those are dudes in suits. Like, you're not seeing them.
You know who like, it's a fucking monster. Like, it's gonna be like, that's just dumb. That's just, you just did not need to do that for this.
Yeah, that's too over the top.
Yeah.
Every actress in the group is from a different country. So it's not just, they're not like fake accents. Those are their real accents. So Shauna McDonald, who played Sarah, was raised in Scotland, but born in Malaysia. Natalie Mendoza, who played Juno, comes from Hong Kong and lived all over the world. Alex Reed, who played Beth, was born in England. Saskia Mulder, who played Rebecca, is from the Netherlands. Mayanna Buring, who played Sam, is originally from Sweden before moving to Great Britain, and Nora Jane Noon, who plays Holly, comes from Ireland.
All right, so like 3 or 4 of them come from the United Kingdom.
Pretty much, yeah. But different parts of it.
That's the most British, like that's the most British rainbow of diversity.
Well, I'm not from there. I'm from South Wales.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Irish. I'm Welsh. I'm English. Like,
you're basically the same.
Yeah.
You're just like different colored M&Ms. Like you're the same shit.
And like, not even like one of you's a peanut M&M. Like, a crispy M&M.
No.
Like, no, you're all just plain ass M&Ms.
So you're a blue one. You're a red one. I love this little fact here.
All right.
So the neon light sticks seen in the film, like those gigantic green glow sticks.
Yeah.
Those were purchased from an adult toy shop. So those are for going like up your pooper.
Yeah. Jamming into various orifices.
Yeah.
Huh. How about that?
Yeah. A little fun one for you. Oh boy. I did actually notice this watching the movie. Neil Marshall shot many of the crawlers, that's what they call them, the monsters here, at 18 frames a second with a 45-degree shutter to give them that staccato movement.
Yeah.
So where they're just like, everybody looks like they're from like a Marilyn Manson fucking music video.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of like herky-jerky a little bit. Like,
That's a fun little effect. Like, I dig on like camera tricks like that.
Yeah.
Like in Braveheart, Mel Gibson would have them cut anywhere from like 2 to like 6 frames of an impact with a weapon to make it like snap, and so it looked way more brutal.
Yeah. Huh.
The film, if you follow all the way to the credits, is dedicated to Meg, who is Neil Marshall's beloved dog that died halfway through the production.
Oh, way to bum everybody out, Neil.
Yeah. Fucking douche. There were initially scenes of the women discussing the crawler's possible origins in detail, but Neil Marshall, quote unquote, wisely cut it, as imagined exposition doesn't help the film.
I think we could use a little exposition.
I think it could have.
Yeah.
Like, it would have made it more interesting, because then you could be like, I don't believe in that theory. I bet blah, blah, blah happened.
Yeah. God forbid we give this a little more depth.
Mm-hmm. Prior to the release of the sequel, it was speculated among fans that the crawlers may have been a figment of Sarah's imagination, and that she actually killed all of her friends as she gradually went insane, which I actually was kind of thinking of on my second watch through this. Like, maybe Maybe it's all in her head and she's doing it.
Yeah. We'll get to that when I get to we can talk about the other ending.
Yeah, because like she had that crazy fucking look in her eye, and then she spiked Juno in the leg and shit like that.
Yeah.
Director Neil Marshall acknowledged this theory as a possibility and revealed that he removed a shot of a silhouetted crawler during Sarah's hospital hallucination, since it would have been too obviously suggested that the crawlers were not real. So that's a good move, because that sets up the whole idea that she is just hallucinating this whole thing.
Well,
and there's
you still have that shot at the end of Juno in the truck with her.
Yeah.
So there's that question. Like, yeah.
But she would have had no reference to any crawlers. So, like, why would she see one in the hospital? You know what I mean? Other than her brain, like, making them up there and then presenting them here.
Yeah.
Director Neil Marshall didn't have one specific ending in mind during filming, so he agreed to make an American version where Sarah escapes from the cave. This is considered by many to be the quote-unquote happy ending, in contrast to the unhappy UK version where Sarah doesn't escape.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
But Marshall likened it to the finale of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, stating that just because someone gets away does not make it a happy ending. Now, the other ending is like the most British shit I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
So she winds up being stuck in the cave.
Yep. And like she's just surrounded by all these crawlers and they're not attacking her.
Yeah.
So that's why I had more of a sense that like, oh, she just made all this up.
Yeah. That's so weird that you saw the UK version of this movie.
Yeah. That's I was like, that's at the ending. I'm like, I don't remember her like getting out of this. I was even waiting for it to like go back, like her like hallucinating something and like, you know, she's actually just imagining leaving.
Yeah.
And then it snaps back to her in the cave. But no, like I clearly remember it's a shot of her, like she's just kind of like crouched down. I think she's like holding a torch or something, and there's just crawlers everywhere.
Yeah.
And like it slowly pans out. You just see like tunnels and like you see all the crawlers and like that's how I remember this movie ending. Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
No, that's it for trivia. Like there was a couple of more like I don't know, like there wasn't really anything too overly interesting left.
Yeah.
Like you kind of picked the corpse of the trivia.
Yeah, like we're gonna do the same thing for Better Known As, to be honest with you, because
yeah.
like, there's no like
I don't think we're gonna have a Murder, She Wrote.
no. Not only is there no like Murder, She Wrote, there's just like nothing interesting.
Really?
Like at all. Nothing like, oh yeah, I remember her from that. Like I remember that movie. There's just like
I bet you there's a Doctor Who episode in here somewhere.
there is. There is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, we don't have Murder, She Wrote, but since this is like a British movie,
Yep.
we do have Doctor Who. But yeah, I'll start making with the Better Known As here. But I'll be honest, it's slim pickings this week. I will start with the director Neil Marshall.
He looks like a fucking doofus.
Because he probably has the most interesting resume out of everybody here, and his is not that great. He was a producer on the new Lost in Space on Netflix, which is actually pretty decent.
I haven't seen it.
I watched the first season and I enjoyed it, and then just like I never bothered to watch the rest of it.
My son really likes it.
This is probably not in the plus column. He's the director of the 2019 Hellboy, the one with not Ron Perlman, David Harbour.
Yeah, womp womp.
Yeah. Ooh, that is.
It's a movie.
That's a movie. They definitely made it. Yeah, wasted a Hellboy movie. But whatever. He directed an episode of Westworld. He did a segment of Tales of Halloween, which is a pretty good movie. It's like a horror anthology.
Yeah.
Did an episode of Hannibal.
So he does like an episode or two of like really good fucking TV shows, and then he's out.
Yeah, just pops in and pops out.
Yeah, because that right there, that's a whole list of good shit.
Hannibal, Constantine, Game of Thrones. I've never seen Black Sails, but it looks cool.
Black Sails is cool.
Yeah. That's like the pirate show, right? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. He directed the movie Doomsday, which I see a lot of the other actors from this showed up in.
Is that? Oh, that was that.
Post-apocalyptic.
I actually really like that movie.
It looked cool. I never saw it though.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a fucking Mad Max ripoff with a twist,
Yeah,
but it's fun. Like, I love that style of movie.
and that was his follow-up to this movie actually. Dog Soldiers. Is that the werewolf
That was the
soldier movie? He
Yep.
directed that also.
Yeah, that would. This one's like a counterpoint to that because like this is like the uber, not feminist, but like strong women.
Yeah, that was like all about dudes. Like,
it was bruh, werewolves and shit, dude.
Yep.
Arthur loves that movie. I don't know why.
And FYI, I said this was the most interesting profile on all of these, so that tells you where we're headed. With the rest of these.
That's a bummer, dude.
Yeah. Shauna McDonald, who played Sarah. Thank you. Yeah. Also, not a lot of memorable stuff. A lot of it looks like a lot of like European stuff. She was a voice in the Danger Mouse reboot from a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Shit.
She was in The Last Jedi. I vaguely remember her.
Temporary Command Center Resistance pilot.
Yeah, her face was familiar. I think there's like she's in like 2 or 3 shots where her face is like pretty like prominent.
Yeah.
I think that's why I remembered her. Let's see. That might be it, literally, for anything anybody's ever heard of.
Oh no, she was in Ripper Street.
Yeah. I remember that being on BBC America at some point.
Hey, she was in The Descent Part 2.
Yeah. Let's see. The Descent. Whew. And yeah, literally like nothing, anybody's probably ever heard of, like on this side of the pond anyway.
Yeah. I know that a lot of English TV shows make it over here and people wind up really liking them.
Yeah.
I've never heard of any of these though.
Nope. Yeah. No.
And I'm not like
I'm pretty like on top of TV, like in entertainment. Like I never heard any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Moving right along. Natalie Mendoza, who was Juno. Let's see. She's got some better credits here. She was in the show Holby City, which I think is like a long-running British show. I only know that show because the first time I went to Las Vegas in like 2005, maybe it was for my friend's bachelor party. We ended up like somehow like we were drinking in a bar one night, ended up with this dude who happened to be like an actor in that show.
Really?
And like this group of British chicks were like, we ended up hanging out with them because they recognized him and like we're, oh my god, like they were like trying to explain it to us, like basically like he was like, if this is like somebody from Friends was hanging out, I'm like, okay, sure,
I'd hate that.
Yeah, I have no idea who this person is, but if you say so. And let's see, The Descent 2.
Midsummer Murders was good.
Okay, and I haven't seen. She's in the show Blue Bloods on CBS, I believe.
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, she was in Moulin Rouge. There's a Beastmaster TV series?
Yes, there was. Hey, I watched that.
I recently watched Beastmaster for the first time in a long, long time.
Yep. It's still glorious. Oh, she was in Farscape.
Yeah, glorious.
One episode of Farscape.
An episode of Farscape.
Don't you dare diss the Beastmaster.
All right, Alexa Reed was the one we thought was Becca. Hold on, let me see. Where's my cursor? There we go. Beth. She was definitely one of the bees. Okay. She's the one who gets the spike in the neck.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have we heard of any of these? She was in a Planet of the Apes video game that I have never heard of.
Oof.
And
The Descent Part 2. There must be like flashback scenes or something in Descent 2.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you
probably
can make the case that Juno survives, but, this chick definitely died.
Or, you know what? I'm not sure. They could either be flashbacks of, like, their past, or they could be hallucinations, like with Juno.
Yeah. It looks like she was in the remake of The Honeymooners from 2003.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, I used to love that show.
Hey, Relic Hunter.
I never saw that.
It was okay.
That was like a syndicated show, wasn't it?
Yeah, I want to say that was a... Oh, what the fuck? It was like a Tomb Raider knockoff with...
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck's her name? Tia Carrera.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that. Moving on to Saskia Mulder. Holby City pops up again, the one we were just talking about.
Yeah.
The Descent, the British version of Coupling. Not that the American version lasted like more than a season. And that's it.
Yeah. 2 dads, 1 mom.
Yeah, God is great and I am not. Sure. Let's see. Mayanna Burning, who was, I want to say she was the other generic B girl. Nope, she was Sam.
Yeah, she's the Irish.
Yeah. Oh, she was actually in The
Class.
Witcher. She might be the most popular, like the most active, like the person who's worked the most since this movie.
Yeah.
She's in like looks like 5 episodes of The Witcher. Aside from that, Ripper Street pops up again. She did a voice in the Witcher video game. Downton Abbey. Never seen a single episode. Twilight.
Oh boy.
So I guess she's our person who like kind of killed it on one-offs, like here and there. The British version of that, anyway.
Yeah.
She's in 2 Twilight movies. I mean, like I feel bad saying this, but
she was in Doomsday.
Doomsday. No, yeah, someone else. Grindhouse.
Is that?
It sounds like she's in one of the
featured woman,
like the trailers, like the fake trailers.
Oh, don't. Yeah.
Yeah. She was our Doctor Who credit for the week.
Yep.
And that's really it.
Oh man, Murder Prevention.
Oh, is this the remake of The Omen too? Yeah.
Yeah. Boo.
The Omen also, not the remake of The Omen Part 2.
Hey guys, we're remaking Exorcist Part 3.
Nora Jane Noon.
Is it Noon? It's spelled no
it's
one.
Spelled no one. Yeah. Nora Jane as Holly. Okay.
Oh wait, no. Holly was the Irish girl.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
God damn it.
She was a voice in Titanfall 2. I think that's honestly why I saved this. Titanfall, those games are underrated. I enjoy those games.
I've never played one.
Doomsday again?
Yeah.
Holby City again?
Jesus Christ. Is Holby City like our new Murder, She Wrote?
And again, that's...
Ella Enchanted.
Yeah.
Aw.
Hard to believe I went over that one. I think most of these last people are crawlers. This dude was the husband in the beginning.
Yeah, he was in this movie for all of fucking 3 minutes.
And he also has probably one of the more impressive resumes. He's on The Crown. Looks like only for 1 episode, though. He was a voice in the Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That was an awesome game. The pirate one.
Yeah.
Holby Blue, which I believe is a spinoff of Holby City.
Jesus Christ.
Poirot. I just know those like from airing on like A&E. And like, give me something to work with here.
There's nothing here.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, not everybody's in everything, and these may be super popular where we're not. But holy shit, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our pal Oliver there. Let's see. Now I think we're into the crawlers.
Yeah.
I think this dude was like the head crawler.
Yeah, he actually, it was like a named crawler
Scar,
in the credits.
that was his credit, yeah. There was a reason I saved him. Oh, he's on Ted Lasso, though I don't remember Ernie Lowndes.
I've yet to see any of that.
That's a really good show. It's
what I keep hearing.
It is like, it's like the complete opposite of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where there's like no meanness to it at all. It's just like positive and like upbeat, and like it's just
okay.
It's good. Like I enjoy it because like I I often kind of forget that like my finger is not quite on the pulse of America. Like I forget that like not everything has to be gritty and R-rated. And
Yeah.
I kind of forget that sometimes.
So it's weird, like positive television.
Yeah, but it's actually good. Like it's actually a good story. Like
Oh, really?
yeah. It's not like cheesy or schmaltzy.
I don't know. Just from I've only seen stills of it, so I was like, oh, it must be like Eastbound and Down, but soccer.
It is. It's like 100%. It's very good at like making you think it's about like one thing, but it's more just about like being positive and like kind of like things will work out if you just kind of believe they will.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I really. It's one of my favorite shows. Like,
Where is it available? That's like
Apple
Hulu?
TV.
Oh,
Yeah.
nope.
He was on the show The Fades. If anybody is familiar with BBC America shows, that one was on in 2011. I remember watching that and really liking it. I could not tell you what the fuck it was about. I remember the main character. He has like there's these things called the Fades. They're like these like other dimensional entities. I don't know if they're supposed to be like from hell or whatever. I think he has like the ability to talk to dead people or something. Like it was very like supernatural, and I just remembered it ended on a real down note because like his love interest gets killed. Like she gets her brains blown out.
Oh,
Yeah, like
it kind of sounds like
it was a very British show. Like
it's like British Frighteners.
Kind of, yeah. Like, oh, okay, yeah, you defeat the monsters, but bang!
Yeah, that is British.
Doomsday again.
Wow. Okay, so far,
Dog Soldiers again.
So far, pretty much everybody that's in this is also in Doomsday or whatever that other TV show was. Holby
City, yeah. Or one of its spin-offs, apparently.
Yeah.
Moving on down. Like, a lot of the crawlers, like, a lot of their credits were, like, General Monster in this and General Monster in, like, one other movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there was a lady crawler and a kid crawler.
Yeah, I have one of the lady crawlers up right now. I believe. Wait, it's named Leslie and British. You have to, like, double-check.
This is true.
Okay, no, it's dudes. I did have some of the female ones marked. He was also in Doomsday and Dog Soldiers. And a voice in Mass Effect. Not even one of the main Mass Effects. Mass Effect Infiltrator.
Mm. Oh, Breakfast at Barbie's.
Yeah, okay. And yeah.
Fuck all of these credits, man.
I feel like we keep looking at the same page of credits, like, even though I know they're different people.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tristan Mathaye. He's another one of the crawlers. He was actually in a couple of big movies. He's in 28 Days Later. He's in Spectre. That might have been it. Yeah, he has a real short resume, but he's got a couple.
Oh, I think he was the kid crawler.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, there was actually like a child listed. I clicked on theirs. And that's the end of it. That's really all I have for Better Known As.
So nothing? We have nothing.
Yeah, I mean, like, we looked at maybe, like, I would say 10 profiles right now, and I don't think we found 5 things that we didn't we could recognize. If
we were from the UK, we probably would have been, like, swooning over that.
Look at that person. I love that show. Like,
yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. We have to go to our Cockney.
Yeah.
Oi! I love that fucking show.
Yeah. It's fucking sweet, isn't it?
It's my favorite one.
Yeah.
So The Descent.
Awfully not fucking chuffed about watching this movie.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't hate it, but it just
I'm glad I have it off of my list. Like,
yeah.
I'm I'm not glad that I watched it, but like I'm glad that I can go, I have seen it.
Yeah, like this show, we watch a lot of great horror movies. We're not, it doesn't always have to be a great horror movie.
No, and it's not even so much. The show's not really even technically about horror. It's about monsters. So,
yeah.
I was not disappointed in the monsters in this, but I think they could have had a lot more characters
Just
to
a
them.
little bit more effort could have made them so much cooler.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know, it's just very flat, very generic.
Give them something other than pointy ears and teeth, I think.
Yeah.
Like, you could have done, I don't know, like, there's a lot of water, so maybe give them, like, webbed hands or something like that. Or because they're really good at climbing, make their extremities, like, longer, so they're really good at that, or something. Like, they just look like weird dudes.
Yeah, because there's a couple of shots of, like, their hands and feet, and there's, like, almost no makeup on them. It's just like a dude's gross bare foot. Like,
or ass.
Yeah.
A lot of ass in this movie.
A lot of monster ass.
I don't know.
But this movie is monster ass. So.
Let's.
Just a little bit more, just a little bit more work on the story, like developing the character. A little bit more work on the monsters.
I wanted more I wanted more of these characters. Like, I think that they could have really knocked it out of the park. The bone. The bones sticking out of the leg. They really could have knocked it out of the park if they just put more story in it.
Yeah, just a little bit more depth. But
because
they tried to do like too many things and they just did them half-assedly.
Yeah, like I can 100% see what he was trying to do here. He was trying to ramp it up slowly, which is totally cool.
Yeah, I'm fine with a slow burn.
A slow burn is fine.
Yeah.
And the pacing that they did on it is okay. Like, things do really ramp up in the third act. But they don't really accomplish anything in the first two.
Yeah. You're right.
They barely introduce the characters. They barely explain to you why they're in this dire situation because of a missing, like the book that she left out and the fact that they're in a different cave. You could have done a lot more with that. Like, I don't know what, but they're just like, I'm not a filmmaker.
Yeah.
You could have definitely presented more danger than just eventually they find monsters.
Yeah. The cave itself has plenty of dangerous shit in it. Like,
yeah.
Which is where I kind of thought it was going for at least part of it. Like, after they get out of that like tight squeeze in the beginning, there's really no other like danger in the cave. Like, they have to
That's kind of it.
Cross that chasm, but like they do it pretty, like, I wouldn't say easily, but they get across it like without too much difficulty.
Yeah.
I
don't know. There was good gore. Like the actual makeup that's on the monsters is really cool. They could have done more with it. Like the faces were great. They just leave the faces alone, do something else with the body, I think.
Yeah. There's even like a couple of scenes that are really terrifying too, like the where the other generic blonde girl it's towards the end. I think there's like only like 4 of them left, or maybe like she's like maybe the 3rd one left.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's right after that one girl gets her throat like ripped out, which is like hanging from the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
One of the things like comes up and like pulls her away, and like as it's pulling her away, it's like ripping her stomach open.
Yeah.
Yeah, like holy shit, that's fucking nasty.
Was it just me, or did you hate that scene where she was fighting with the one and they was crawling on the ceiling, and then they're like
come back,
but they're like rotating the camera and like, come on, like that's just cheap.
Yeah. This isn't Batman 66.
But no, like there's decent jump scares, like kind of peppered throughout. Like they didn't really rely on the jump scares, which I like.
Yeah.
I like a well-placed jump scare, but if that's all your movie has, then
you're in trouble.
You have failed. Like you set yourself up for failure.
There's even like they could have done more with the whole dynamic of like, if we just sit here quiet, these things are never going to find us.
Yeah.
And like they kind of go there, and then like that whole thing just kind of gets left out towards the end.
Yeah, then they just start screaming at each other.
Yeah, just shut the fuck up. Like, just
I don't know.
like it starts to commit to concepts and then just abandons them.
Yeah,
it's what it seems like in this movie.
I'm just glad I don't have to watch it again.
Yeah.
I'm technically on my third watch of this movie as we do this podcast.
I'm on my second today.
Yeah, I try to watch these movies, like, regardless of the movie. I try to get 2 viewings in before I talk about it. That way, you know, if I missed something on that first viewing or it wasn't really holding my attention and I kind of leaned on my phone.
I was kind of doing that, Joe. I had to go back a couple of times in this one because I was just like started checking out.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. Like, this movie just didn't hold my attention. And I wanted it to. Like, the premise is great. Like, the setup is great. It just, the execution is not good.
Ooh. We just hit the 1 hour mark. Wow, I didn't think we were going to get here. Like, because there's just no depth to any like portion of this movie.
No,
like,
it's very shallow.
Yeah, the movie is shallow. The fucking credits for Better Known As is shallow. The trivia is shallow. Like,
I love watching a movie with the commentary on. I don't want it on this one. I just don't. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Nah, dog.
The last 2 movies I have watched in the past day have both sucked balls.
Yeah, what else was it?
I watched last night, instead of watching this last night, either way would have been a lose-lose situation. I watched Army of Thieves.
Army of Thieves.
Yeah.
The precursor to Army of the Dead?
If anybody's not familiar with it, the German safecracker dude from Army of the Dead apparently wrote and directed and stars in his own prequel to that movie.
See, that's too many things.
Yeah. And it is not good.
Is it just a heist movie?
It is. But it's just like, I started getting into it, but then there's just like dumb shit in it. Like,
yeah.
He stylistically, it's the same template as Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
So like everything is like, you know, shot the same. It looks the same. Like you get the shit like popping up with like people's names and like, you know, in the middle of the fucking, like, you know, it wasn't Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
I mean, there's references to like the zombie outbreak and stuff like that, but it's just, it's a Fast and Furious ripoff.
No bueno, eh?
With one of the people from Fast and Furious. And
I've never seen any of those movies.
I watched all of them this summer in a week.
Woof!
Yeah.
Whoa!
I assaulted my brain.
I know we hate each other,
Yeah.
or not each other. We hate ourselves. Yeah. I don't think I hate myself that much.
They are not as horrible as you would. They are.
Go fuck yourself.
No, don't get me wrong. They're fucking dumb and just so dumb and so stupid. Like, none of this makes sense, but enjoyably so. Like, this is so stupid. Like,
I don't know if I could get past like the bro culture.
It's fucking like, it's enjoyably bad.
Yeah.
I will put my stamp on it. Like, it is enjoyably bad.
I'll never know.
Just because it starts off as a series of movies about street racing.
Yeah.
And then like in the last one, there's like,
you got like Vin Diesel going, step away from the gasoline.
Yeah, they're like international spies, and like there's cars being picked up by like flying drones. And
Fuck all that.
They shoot a car into space, for Christ's sake. They turn a fucking Fiero into a spaceship.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
But tell me you don't want to see it.
I don't.
I know it's gonna be bad, but like,
fuck that movie.
I don't know. How do they get a Fiero into space? Like, how? Like, I know it's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be outrageously stupid.
That's like what they turned Die Hard into.
Yeah, it's exactly it. Like, he went from like your average average Joe policeman
in a crazy situation.
Yeah, to an unkilled. There's even a subplot in the newest one where fucking Ludacris and
yeah, it is ludicrous.
And who's the other dude? The fucking Tyrese. like they have a constant like running conversation throughout the movie where they're talking about like, what if we're just immortal? Like all the stupid shit we've been through, we just cannot be killed.
Yeah.
And there's even like, I think there's even one part where like Tyrese gets shot and like it's just nothing happens to him. Like it just like he doesn't it doesn't even like break the skin. Like it's so stupid, like gloriously stupid.
I'm not gonna do it to myself. I can't. I have few but principles.
Like I didn't just watch one or two. I went through the whole I saw the last one in a theater.
What the fuck? There's like 9 of them, right?
Yeah. No, 10 if you include Hobbs and Shaw, which I also watched.
I will not do that to myself. I will watch some fucking stupid shit. That is not one of them.
I'm very proud to say I didn't spend a cent on any of them.
Yeah, how many times you throw up watching them though? just in your mouth, you know, like a little chewy.
They're so I could honestly put them on like and have them on in the background. Like they're just it's like none of this makes sense. But holy shit. Like
Yeah. I don't think less of you. I certainly don't think any more of you.
They're like they're not. I hate to make this comparison because they are not on the same par as these movies, but they are like your Arnold Schwarzenegger like '80s movies. Like it's a big dumb action movie.
Like I get it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be a part of it.
I see this. I acknowledge it. I don't want anything to do with it.
I don't want to be part of the reason that they keep making more of them. Oh my god. Let's get the fuck out of here. Like, all right. Hey, don't watch The Descent.
Yeah. I wouldn't say don't watch it.
I will.
I will say watch it and be prepared to never watch it again. Like it's again, going back to like what we do, we watch a lot of good movies and like you have to take in the shit every now and again to keep those good movies good.
Yeah. You got to have that comparison.
And this wasn't even shit. We've watched way worse movies than this. Yeah.
We have seen garbage. The Stuff? Would you rather watch The Stuff or The Descent?
I would watch The Descent any day over The Stuff.
Okay.
I would watch it over Ghoulies, like Humanoids of the Deep.
Yeah. But if I'm recommending movies to somebody,
I'm not recommending.
This is not on the list ever.
No,
never on the list.
No, I will say like if somebody does, I would say like okay, it's
not even the best like claustrophobic like kind of tight space movie.
I would say 127 Hours does that way better with fucking James Franco hacking off his own arm.
Yeah, I will. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Like As Above, So Below is the best of those style movies.
That I can back. I haven't seen that in so long, but I do remember enjoying that one.
That movie is like it was giving me a fucking panic attack.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
like
much
it's so effective.
They came out like not that far apart. Well, this is like 2003. That was like.
This was 2005.
2005.
As Above, So Below. I want to say it was in the
like 09 maybe or 2010.
Might have made it into the 10s. To the internet.
That's another one. Like I feel like it came out a long time ago, but it was only like a few years ago.
Brah, 2014.
Holy shit! Yeah, so only 7 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, even that seems like I don't know, like it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. Yeah, it is and it isn't. Well, I don't like in my heart of hearts, I don't feel like that movie came out that long ago. But then I look at it and go, 2014 was a million years ago at this point.
Yeah. Oh, good God! Like, like it just could have been so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, buddy.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure him flipping out is our key to wrap this up.
Yeah, he's telling us we've bullshitted enough.
So I don't know. The Descent. It's a movie.
It's there.